won't men approach women anymore? This is pretty sad that we're still asking this question as we approach 2026. It's a problem that's been going on for years now, but I think women still are failing to realize where this problem started and how they're still fueling it in their own lives. So even though we've heard plenty of different discussions, videos, conversations about this, and you may have already seen this video, I think the points that are brought up are extremely relevant and might be the wake-up call some women need to say, hey, okay, if I want men to start approaching me, if I want to find love in my life, I might need to stop adding fuel to the fire. Before I hit play though, if you're new to me, I am Jennifer Zero. I share my comments on different cultural topics in hopes that I can help us create the shift we all secretly have been wanting for a while now. If you're interested in hearing stuff like that, go ahead and hit subscribe and give me a thumbs up, and let's see what these two have to say.
This is where I feel frustrated, is where I just think that it just doesn't make sense to me how women are not being asked out on dates. Like, there are so many beautiful women, like, come on, like, just shoot your shot. But a lot of the...
That right there, I have to pause because it just shows how far removed women are from understanding what a man's experience is. As if it's very easy for men to just shoot their shot. Men get turned down by hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of women. Whereas women, even if you're, let's say, a 4 out of 10, you can shoot your shot and 9 times out of 10, it's going to work in your favor. So women don't understand actually how difficult it is for men and how often and how much they have to get shot down in order to get just one yes, let alone with, like she's saying, beautiful women, because women, especially now, are extremely nitpicky when it comes to a man's physical appearance. And again, even if she's not that beautiful physically, she's, let's say, I don't know, a 4 out of 10, a 5 out of 10. A lot of times, if you are not a 10 out of 10, she is going to shoot you down. On top of it, ladies, you are mean these days. I would never treat or speak to or react to a man approaching me, even if I'm completely unattracted to him, in the way most women do these days. You will eat him alive and throw him to the wolves, and your gaggle of girlfriends behind you will do the exact same thing. So it's not that easy or inspiring for a man to just go shoot his shot when he knows that he might have to go through that and have to go through that tenfold.
The things that the guys were telling me, and these were guys from the ages of like 19 to 40, was like, no, we don't want to intimidate a woman. If we see them on the street, like, we'll cross the road so that they feel safe.
I do that.
No, we don't want to come across creepy.
And that's another part of the problem. Women, we have trained men to believe that we think all of them are creepy. We think all of them are scary, that they all give us the ick, and we don't want them to approach us, which is not true. Most women want to be approached by men. And even if a woman is approached by a man she's not attracted to, and on the surface, she's acting grossed out, she's acting creeped out, deep down inside, and women, you're probably going to disagree with me on this, but you know it's true. Deep down inside, she got some form of an ego boost from that, some form of a little smile on her face that she was approached by a man, especially with how women look and act these days, which a lot of them look like ogres and trolls who live in a cave. Sorry, but you do. Women just aren't feminine anymore. Women aren't soft. They're not. And being soft, that in and of itself is being approachable. They don't dress feminine. They don't do their hair feminine. I mean, maybe it's just where I live. I live in a very liberal part of the U.S., in the Pacific Northwest, where fashion is not a thing, dressing up is not a thing, being feminine is not a thing. But I think it's going on in the rest of the country too. If you look at just what kind of fashion is in style, things that are unisex, muted colors, big, baggy, boxy clothing, having your hair kind of like messy and disheveled, the way women looked in the 40s and the 50s, that is, I mean, complete opposite of what's in style now. So there's that part of being approachable too. But we've trained men to believe that we think that they're all creepy and that they're all scary, and that's simply not the case. Women only act that way when a man approaches them and they are not immediately attracted to him. That's when they think that, oh, he's so creepy. Oh, why did he speak to me that way? Oh, is he following me? And sure, there's creeps out there. There's bad stuff that happens to women all of the time. But ladies, stop watching TikTok. Stop watching the news. Stop watching all of your serial killer movies. Most of these men are nice, good quality men, good humans. And it's just kind of sad to see this go on too, because we've lost respect for each other. And women are so caught up in physical appearance when that's not what should matter to them. What should matter to them is looking for a man with masculine traits, with good manly values, who's going to be a good provider. And we've completely lost that because we live in a feminist society and we want 50-50 and yada, yada, yada. But let's see what else they have to say.
So I do see that obviously culture has really like removed this from the man, this kind of like the art of the chase. And then that, I think, in effect is making more men passive.
A lot of this has to do with, of course, feminism, but the hashtag Me Too movement. The level of...
Yeah, 100%. The Me Too movement. The Me Too movement, I'm not saying it was necessarily a bad thing, but it got taken way out of proportion. And too many women now cry wolf when they were just ashamed or embarrassed about a decision that they made or who they made it with. And they don't want to feel that. They want to, or maybe they changed their mind halfway through a certain situation with somebody. They just take things completely way too far and way out of the truth of the matter of what really happened. So that right there, that's a lot of men, they don't want to risk the ramifications that come with that. I mean, there's huge ramifications that come with that for men. Losing their jobs, going to jail, losing friends, how they're seen socially. I mean, just everything can be taken away from some of these men even if a woman just frivolously claims something SA kind of related happened to them, just gently in the gossip in her community or with her friends or on social media. Everything can be taken away from that man. So why would he want to risk it? A man is better off being single than a woman is anyways. If a man is single, he can outsource most things he might get from a woman. If he's lucky, most women don't bring feminine qualities or attributes to a relationship these days. So he can outsource those things. And he isn't working hard constantly to provide for somebody, to impress somebody, to please somebody, to deal with somebody's attitude, to tiptoe around their emotions and their period and what their girlfriends have to say, and making her look good enough on social media and getting yelled at and being controlled and manipulated. And a lot of things come with ladies these days that really shouldn't. Ladies, we need to check ourselves, but that's a conversation for another time. So a man's better off anyways. I mean, why would he want to risk losing his whole life potentially over a woman?
Awareness of sexual harassment, which is a good thing. The awareness needed to be there.
Yeah.
But there has been such a level of overcorrection, so much to the point that even a man just approaching you on the street is harassment. Mm-hmm. And the issue what a lot of men see is you can have two guys do the exact same approach. One's harassing her and one is received well. And the only difference is that she sees one as being attractive.
Yeah.
100%. I was touching on that earlier, but that's so spot on. And it could be night and day what kind of response you get from her based on whether or not she's immediately physically attracted to a man, which is just really sad. It shouldn't be like that. Women have lost the art of being tactful, graceful, elegant, appreciative, feminine in how they approach all situations and how they even look these days. I mean, tell me in the comments below, men, if you agree with me, but if you look at a lot of women on the streets these days, they're disheveled, they're unkempt, their hair's messy, they're wearing unisex, big baggy clothing, they're acting boisterous, they're acting manly a lot of times. We don't have elegant, soft, feminine women, throngs of them walking around in the street these days. So we've lost a lot of that too.
No, I understand that, but that's not really fair.
It's not fair. But for a lot of good men, they're like, okay, well, the only way I'm going to know if you find me attractive is if I approach you. But if I get it wrong and you don't, that's a harassment case. So for a lot of men, it's like, it's not worth the risk.
So interesting to put in perspective what they had to say. Hopefully, if you're a woman, that makes you think a little bit more about what it's like for a man trying to approach you. I'm no expert myself, but in order to get my man, I had to approach him. I had to drop the handkerchief. I think we have a nice little meet cute that I'll share with you some other time. But you know, instead of focusing on why men aren't doing this, why men aren't doing this, why men aren't doing this, why don't you take a look at yourself and what you can do to start attracting that type of attention from a man, or even just putting yourself out there instead of putting it all on their shoulders, because you know what men might experience and how they think these days, thanks to what we've created as women. So let me know in the comments below what you think about this, if you've experienced any of this in your own dating life. And again, if you're new, you want to see more content like this, hit subscribe, give me a thumbs up. I would greatly appreciate it. See you next time.